Hey guys, it's Bailey here, aka Bailey's on Ice, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my story time. Woo. Okay, so today is Wednesday, which means it is wild card day, and today's story time is definitely a wild card. Let's get into it. Real quick, just want to say thank you everybody who has subscribed to my channel. Big thank you. I love you guys so much, and thanks for the thumbs up, loving the comments, and if you're new to this channel, hey, what's up? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave today. Hit the little bell for notifications for when I upload a new video, which is typically every day at this point. All right, let's get into the story time. Ooh. Okay, so I've gotten a couple requests to do this from people I know in real life and a couple of my internet friends. You guys want to hear about my short little stint in Monroe County Jail here in Rochester, New York, so here it is. And of course, at the end of the video, I'm going to get into why I was in jail, let you know a little bit about my non-violent crime. So, okay. I've never really done like a story time before. This is like, I don't know, it's gonna be weird. So a long time ago in December of 2017, I stayed the night in Monroe County Jail. Technically, if you look at my rap sheet though, it says I did 5 days in jail, but I only spent 1 night in jail. Did I get out for good behavior? No. Okay, so because of the budget for the Monroe County jail system or whatever, the jail's overcrowded and there's not a big budget for as many prisoners that are in the jail. So I don't know what it is now. It's probably the same because I can imagine that their budgeting issues are probably even worse than they were almost 4 years ago. Regardless of whatever day you go into jail, if you are sentenced to 5 days, all 5-day sentencers are released Friday morning, no matter what day you went into jail. So my jail sentencing for when I was in jail, I was sentenced to 5 days in jail, but my sentencing was on a Thursday afternoon. But I was sentenced to 5 days. So the county jail was required to release me on Friday morning. My lawyer kind of set it up that way, but I mean, why wouldn't he? I had a second option besides going to jail. I could have picked, I think it was 8 weekends of drug and alcohol counseling where you go in 3 hours on every Friday, and then you're there for 8 hours every Saturday and 8 hours every Sunday. So I could have done that for 8 weekends or 1 night in jail. What would you guys do? I don't know. So I picked jail. All right, I know I said that I was gonna get into like my non-violent crime at the end of the video, but I guess I'll kind of tell you guys right now. So I got in trouble. I was a bad girl back in 2017. I got busted for drinking and driving. No, I did not hurt anybody. I was okay. Am I ever gonna do it again? Absolutely not. It was the stupidest freaking thing I ever did in my life. So after like, I think 2 or 3 court cases, when they gave me like my sentencing, like, okay, you're a felon, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're on probation for X amount of time. And they gave me the option to do the 8 weekends of drug and alcohol school or whatever, or the 5 days in jail, which ended up being 1 day. I picked the 1 day in jail. So I knew which day of the week I was going into jail a couple weeks before. I was working at Morton's, the steakhouse at the time, so I was able to request that Thursday night off. I think I took that Friday off too, just to have like, my freedom day. The judge was like, all right, Bailey, you're going to jail. Put your hands behind your back, which I did. I got cuffed in front of a whole bunch of people and got shoved into a back room, and then they handcuffed me to a chair for like another hour. Oh my God, it was so boring. You guys, like, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people are gonna tell you that jail is scary, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I mean, I've never been to prison, but county jail, or at least my experience in county jail, keep your damn mouth shut, follow the rules. It's really not that scary. Yes, I kept my damn mouth shut. What a fucking surprise, right? So this female lady cop came in to do my intake, and she's like, okay, you're Bailey. I'm like, yes, I am. So she's looking through, she's like reading through my paperwork. She goes like this. She's like, oh, So you're in here for 5 days, which means you're gonna get out tomorrow. So I knew this ahead of time. I mean, my lawyer told me I was only going to be in for about 1 day. And so, she looks frustrated. This poor girl's got to do all this paperwork just for me to get let go, the next morning. So I'm just like, yeah, I am. Let's do this. So, she's annoyed as hell. She handcuffs me. We're like walking to where the jail is. Whatever. I'm just keeping my mouth shut at this point. Like my lawyer told me, my boyfriend told me, ex-boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend at the time told me, they're like, Bailey, just shut your damn mouth. Do not speak unless spoken to. So I wasn't speaking unless if I was spoken to. I'm blonde, but I'm not stupid. So, I'm handcuffed, like walking with this girl to like the jail offices, the jail desks, whatever. And she we're in the elevator or we're in some hallway or some parking garage or something. I don't know. The jail is huge. It's a weird building. Like if I ever had to work in a jail or a prison, man, I would get lost. I give these people credit for knowing where the hell they're going because that building is huge and everything looks the same. We're in this parking garage and she stops me. So this lady cop looks up at me. I'm tall. I'm this giant Amazonian woman. Men make fun of me. All these short people make fun of me for being so giant. But anyway, so she looks up at me and she's like, all right, Bailey, tell me right now, do you have heroin in your bra? Because if you don't tell me now, I'm going to find out later. If you tell me now, the consequences are going to be lesser than what they'll be later. Okay. I got nothing in my bra at this point. I know a lot of you guys think that I do drugs. I don't do drugs. Drugs are freaking expensive. So I tell her, I'm just like, no, I have nothing on me. Look right now. And she's like, no, I'm not going to be searching you, but just tell me right now. This woman dead ass thought that I had heroin in my bra, but I didn't. I even told her, I spoke up a little bit. I was like, listen, like you said, I'm only here for 1 day. I am not trying to overstay my welcome here. Honest truth. So she looks back at me. I'm a little skinnier at this point, so I probably looked like a drug addict. I'm in there for DWI. She probably assumed I'm addicted to all these substances, whatever. Everybody has their opinions. So she looks at me and she's like, Bailey, you would be surprised the small sentences that girls are in here for and what they're trying to bring into this place. And I was like, okay. Thank you for asking. But again, nothing on me. So that was interesting. So, okay. Next part of the story. Oh my God. Okay. So the intake process took literally forever. So they sit me down in this little waiting room with a bunch of other prisoners. There's guys, there's girls. We're all just handcuffed chilling. For the most part, everybody's shutting the fuck up because I guess, as it should be, it's the unwritten rule of jail. Don't cause trouble. Don't start shit when there is no shit to get started. So I'm literally just sitting there minding my own business. A lot of the guys are sitting there minding their own business. A lot of the other girls are sitting there minding their own business, except for one woman in particular was causing such a freaking ruckus. I forget why she was in jail for. I think it was some type of mental health arrest, and she was I don't know, she was probably getting violent with people. She was not with it. So she is literally in this waiting room with all of us screaming how she's not a criminal, she shouldn't be here, we're all the real criminals. And my eyes kind of was just bitch said what? So I didn't say anything though. I kept my damn mouth shut. However, the men in the waiting room with me, some of those guys were not keeping their mouths shut, as they shouldn't. They were pissed off as hell that this woman's yelling about this and this and that and that. So some of the guys start poking at her and she's yelling back at them. They're yelling back at her. I'm just kind of, finally, for once, something isn't boring in jail. There's a little bit of entertainment. It's been about 2 hours at this point. I have been bored out of my mind. So finally I got some free entertainment. Woo! Okay. So as that's going down, there's another girl next to me, kind of skinny, whatever, shutting up, just whatever. And she looks at me and she's like, this girl's nuts. And I'm like, yeah, she is. I mean, she spoke to me first. People told me do not speak unless spoken to. This other prisoner spoke to me first. So, we're talking back. And, she's telling me why she's there. I'm telling her why I'm there. And I was just like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, it's my sentencing for DWI. I'm here for 5 days. And she's like, okay, they're probably not even going to keep you overnight. they're just gonna let you out because like they are overcrowded AF. Like I think she had been there before, but actually she was picked up on a warrant. They ended up letting her go later on because like her charge was so many and the jail is so overcrowded. But like they had to keep me there for a night. They freaking had to. It was part of like my conditions and whatever for my sentencing. They weren't allowed to let me go early, which is totally fine. I did the crime. I will do my time. So, you know, we're talking kind of like low key making fun of this girl and like whatever. So like I made a friend. So like I had somebody to talk to who was kind of like on my level, I guess. So yeah, that was cool. So they get her under control. I think they took the crazy lady, not the girl next to me talking to me, but I think they took the girl yelling somewhere else. And then comes like the body searches or whatever. Before y'all ask, I did not have to do like the squat and cough thing. I know that they check for drugs in your V hole and your B hole, but they have like some weird scanning thingy now. I changed into like my orange jail scrubs. They were huge on me. I didn't have a bra because I had underwire in my bra, which is technically considered like a weapon, you know, which makes sense. So I figured they would give me like a sports bra or something. Nah, I'm just walking around Monroe County Jail with my titties flopping everywhere. Okay, anyway, so I'm alone in like this like little search room with this guy. You know, I was body searched by a male. That's cool. All right, this is when I slipped up, you guys. I said that I was going to keep my mouth shut. Don't like get sarcastic, but this guy tried something with me. So he's body scanning me, looking up my V hole, looking up my B hole for like drugs and stuff. I obviously had no drugs on me. I was not trying to overstay my welcome. So I'm there for DWI, right? And back in 2017, there's this judge in Rochester, New York, Letizia Estasio, that was always in and out of jail and stuff for violating her probation because she had a million DWIs and she used to be a judge. So this male corrections officer said to me, he's looking through my paperwork while he's looking through my V hole and B hole. He's like, too bad Letizia Estasio wasn't your judge. Instead of just staying quiet, I go, well, too bad you're still paying her salary. Oh, shit. My head clicks. I was like, Bailey, you shouldn't have said that. You should have just let him be mean to you and just taken the hit and let him be a bully. But no, I opened my big, fat mouth. What did he do about it? Absolutely nothing. He didn't say anything back. He didn't say anything to me except for like, okay, put your clothes back on and get out of here. So did I have to take my clothes off? Yeah, I think I had to get down into my underwear. He might have seen my boobs. I don't know. But anyway, so after I'm body searched by this male officer, they send me and like the other prisoners into like this other like intake area where there's the holding cells and everything because you got to get a tuberculosis shot and they got to like test all the women to see if they're pregnant and whatever. So they're sending us into like this other area. However, the jail was so overcrowded, they didn't have enough holding cells to keep all of the incoming prisoners. So I did not get to go to a holding cell. You know, I wasn't causing a ruckus. I wasn't arguing with anybody. So they kept, I think, like me, the girl next to me, and like a couple of the other guys that were being quiet. They just like kept us like in front of this like desk area where these like receptionist-y like corrections officers were sitting because they didn't have any room for anybody. So they put like the girls on one side and the guys on one side, you know. The girls weren't talking to the guys weren't talking to the girls, you know, we were like special enough to not go in a holding cell, and I don't think any of us wanted to like risk it. I wasn't, I was talking to the girl next to me a little bit. Nobody was really yelling at us. We weren't like screaming at the top of our lungs. We weren't like F this, F that. However, we were just freezing freaking cold, so we're literally like sitting there in our jail scrubs. Thank God it was big on me because like I was just like sitting like this with like the shirt on, and I think they're laughing at us like, ha, look at those bitches, they're cold, whatever. So yeah, it had been a couple hours at this point, so then it was dinner time. So they brought us food. I think I had 2 bologna sandwiches, some crackers, and then like I think some like Tang or something, I don't know, some type of orange drink. So they gave us some food. That was nice. I was really hungry at this point. I don't know why I didn't eat all day before my sentencing, but whatever. Hi, Lucy. Say hi to Lucy, everybody. Say hi to Lucy. What's up, Lucy? So we're eating our food or whatever, you know. So this like one guy passing out the food came over. He asked if all of us sitting down wanted an extra sandwich. So I got an extra sandwich. I don't know, I guess because I was good. But so that felt cool. Me and the guys that were sitting out in like the lobby area, we got extra food. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, let me tell you about some of the people in the holding cells. For the most part, people were just like, because you could see into them and they could see out. For the most part, the prisoners were just kind of like sitting there chilling, like near to near. The crazy lady from when I was in the one like waiting area, she was in one of the holding cells. Obviously they put her in a holding cell. And like around dinner time, she was like screaming at the corrections officer, you know, bringing us around food about how much she needed milk. She was pregnant. She needed a bunch of like extra meals or whatever because she was pregnant. And F this, F that, F the officers. I mean, like, that's not a good way to enter jail. Like, I wasn't there that long. I didn't really get any extra punishments. Thank God. I thought after I was lippy to that guy, he was going to give me extra punishments. But like, what are you going to do, bro? You're coming at me first. I would have fought that till the cows came home. So yeah, she's huffing and puffing. Girls and the guys are laughing at her again, but we're still just like, we don't want to go in a holding cell. We just want to stay the fuck here. So, you know, she's yelling this and this, that and that. And meanwhile, they got to give us all tuberculosis shots and test all the girls for being pregnant. You know, we're all getting tested or whatever. They had like the nurse. I think the nurse did the people in the holding cells first because I think I was one of the last people to get tested. So that when the nurse is testing everybody, I think she obviously got tested before me. She is yelling and yelling how she needs milk and extra sandwiches because she's pregnant. You just hear this like female officer yell, "We just tested you if you were pregnant. You're not even pregnant." Oh my God. But everybody in the holding cells, the officers, me and Lucy, stop rubbing on the fucking, my cat's rubbing on the tripod, sorry. Everybody with me and the other guys and gals out in the waiting room, we're just like, because like for hours, I'm really sorry, you guys. Lucy's freaking rubbing on the tripod. For hours, oh my gosh, hours, this lady was yelling about how pregnant she was. And like, I think like one of the officers has had it and just yelled, "You are not pregnant!" I mean, serves her right. She was being such a bitch. All right, so finally I get to go get my tuberculosis shot, my pregnancy test, and then like finally go to jail, like official jail cell. I was so bored at this point, you guys. I was freezing. I was like, no way my jail cell could be colder than what it is in this office. Thank God it wasn't. So like I go in, talk to the nurse, and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're only here for one day." And I'm like, right, that's the system for you. So yeah, I got a pregnancy test. I wasn't pregnant. Got a tuberculosis shot to make sure I could like go in and not spread tuberculosis to the other jail people. And here's the funny thing about when you go to jail. When you're sentenced the first time, at least for Monroe County Jail, they do not put you in Gen Pop right away. I was a low-level nonviolent prisoner, so like my file said like Gen Pop or whatever, but to like get your test or whatever run, I think, oh yeah, to get your tuberculosis test run through, every prisoner is locked in solitary confinement their first night. So I got put in solitary confinement just because that was protocol. But the jail, oh my God, get this. The jail is so overcrowded. First off, the girl next to me, I think they were so overcrowded, they just let her go, which as they should. She wasn't there for that big of a deal. But I got put in like the Hannibal Lecter cell. I wasn't behind bars, y'all. I was behind that plastic shit. Oh my God, the girl taking me back, she was like, "Don't think that you're in here because like you're psychiatric or whatever. It's just this is the only cell we have available and you're getting out tomorrow, so you're going in the crazy bitch cell." So I was in like the crazy bitch Hannibal Lecter cell. Oh gosh, at this point I have no clue what time it is. I was so tired. I kind of like stayed up. I think I stayed up most of the night before just so I could like sleep through jail because I knew I was going to be really, really bored. So I was just ready to go lay down and just like get some sleep. Oh my God, the lights were so bright and it was so loud. It took me forever to get to sleep. And I didn't have any toilet paper in my cell. And like the officers were so mean, I was afraid to ask for toilet paper. So whenever I had to go pee, I didn't go poop there. I like planned ahead of time to not poop in jail. I didn't want like everybody can see you go to the bathroom. I didn't want people to see me pooping. Yeah, God. I don't know. I sort of just like drip dried the whole time. Ugh. But whatever. Sorry guys, that's kind of gross. Sorry I told you guys that. But hey, you wanted a jail time story time, here it is. I didn't have a TV or anything in my cell. It was actually really hot, but after being so cold, it felt really good. I had like a little tiny blanket. I think I had a pillow. I don't know. I didn't have any books or anything. I was gonna ask for like a book or something, but I didn't want to get yelled at. I didn't want to talk to any of the officers. Like, I know how freaking police are sometimes. They'll be like picking at you. I just literally shut the fuck up. All the prisoners yelling to each other, yelling this, yelling that, complaining about this. This was solitary confinement. Like, there was a lot of troubled people in there that were like causing issues in the regular jail, so they had to go get locked up by themselves. I just shut up. That was a loud horn. Anyway, I just shut up. Bailey, just block it out, go to sleep, ho. But like the lights were still on, and then like half the lights went off, so that was cool. I had just taken a nap. I have no idea how long I took a nap for, so get this, you guys, holy crap. I found this piece of paper underneath my jail bed. It had the girl that was in the cell before me, it had like her list of items listed and whatever. I literally just like unfolded that piece of paper, and I think I just like read it over and over and over again. Like, I knew every single item that this girl took into jail, and I would like kind of close my eyes and be like, okay, what'd you take? And like quiz myself. I think I read this piece of paper for like a solid hour. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was so bored. And like I couldn't sleep because it was like getting almost too hot. And I'm like the type of person where I have to have like a blanket over me while I sleep, so I'm trying to like get comfortable, but like the jail cots was not comfortable. I'm in like this plastic cell. I feel like I'm Hannibal freaking Lecter. I don't know. I ended up waking up at some point. I have no idea what time I woke up at. I don't know. I think I just kind of like laid there. I was like, let me out. Let me out. What time is it? I kind of just laid there just for a while when it was like dark out, pitch dark, because they did turn all the lights off at one point where you can't see a damn thing. I kind of just like laid there, stared up at darkness, like, I'm so bored. How long has it been? What if I've only been in here like an hour? Like, my mind was starting to play tricks on me. Like, oh my God, people that spend a long time in solitary confinement with like nothing to do, no books to read, not good for your soul. I was only there for a night. I knew it was gonna be all over with the next morning. I just didn't know like what time of day it was. So finally, somebody comes up to get me in like the dead beat of darkness, like, all right, Bailey, get your stuff. You're going home. I had no stuff to get, but I was like, yes, I'm getting out. Woo! So like my ex-boyfriend at the time, he knew he had to come pick me up. I called him from like the jail phones. No, they did not charge me. They did not charge him. I didn't even bring my cell phone into jail with me because like I just don't trust cops. I didn't want them stealing my shit. So like I gave my cell phone, my money, my wallet to my ex-boyfriend at the time. In case they did charge like your cell phone plan, he talked to me on my cell phone number. So like I called him, but called my number to come like, hey, Sean, come pick me up. I'm getting out. Oh God. And he was like, he could tell he was sleeping. And oh my God, I was like, Sean, what time is it? He's like, it's 6:03. I'm like, what? Okay. I got changed and everything. Cause I went in with just like jeans and a t-shirt. I didn't dress up for court that day. I knew I was going to jail. You know, there's guys getting released, there's girls getting released. The funny part is, like, you know, the guys, when they were going into jail, they didn't talk to the girls at all. However, when the guys were getting out of jail, they were just like, ooh, to like me and all the other girls getting out of jail, which like, and they probably miss looking at women. Can't blame them. So like I put my clothes back on, put my bra back on. I have my nasty, I think I took my nasty underwear off and just threw them away because like I didn't have any toilet paper. I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go commando going home. Sean picked me up. He knew exactly where to go get me because he's had a couple of friends that were in jail and shit that he always had to pick up from jail. Poor Sean, man, he knows exactly how to pick people up from jail. What a good guy. So like he picks me up. I freaking book it to his car. And he's like, what do you want to do today? You're free. I was like, I want to go out to lunch and get a giant cheeseburger. But first I want to take a shower. I felt so freaking dirty, you guys. I think I showered just like in the hottest of water, scrubbed like the jail smell off of me, scrubbed it out of my hair, watched some TV, told him about my stint in jail. My lawyer told me to call his personal cell phone when I got out of jail for some reason. So like I didn't call him, I just texted him. I don't know. He was really worried about me going to jail. I was fine, obviously. I guess that was my story time in jail. I still got Lucy with me. Remember when I went to jail, Lucy? I missed you so much when I was in jail. So yeah, that was my story time in jail. If you fast forwarded to the end of the video to see what my nonviolent crime was, I went over that in like the beginning to middle of the video. It was the right time to say it. So if you watch the video just to see what I was in jail for, go back and watch the video. Find out for yourself. Should we say goodbye? The camera's been going for a long time. This was a longer story time than I thought it was gonna be. Yes. Yes, honey. Alright, I think Lucy wants me to wrap up so I can give her some pets. Alright, everybody, thank you again for watching this video. Until my next video, have fun, be safe, and do what makes you happy, and see you next time. Alright, take care. Bye!